Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and tonight I'm going to take a little bit of time to talk to the bicycle crowd. Now, some people are going to scratch their head and go, what in the world is he doing that for? Well, that's two reasons for that. One, the most important one is, I like bicycles. Two, a lot of people tour on bicycles, and they use my equipment because it's so light and compact when they're touring. You know, they have tents, and it's no different than backpacking, only it's on a bicycle on the road rather than out in the wilderness. But at nighttime they have to set up and cook meals and do things, and they use my equipment, and they're a good bunch of people, and probably part of the industry that is very overlooked by the alcohol stove people. Anyway, let me talk bikes here for a minute. People are asking about bikes and if we're going to build any more or not. The one I have right now, my trike that I have right now, the one that's earth green, I like that pretty well. And for right now, I'm going to stay with that bike. But there's something I want to change on it. The front hubs, which anybody knows that's ever built a recumbent bike, everything has a sticking point. You know, if you build a recumbent bike, the front hubs are probably going to be that sticking point because they're expensive, they're kind of hard to come by, and you can't always get what you want. It's always a compromise. So the idea behind that was, on mine, was I had experimented with bigger and bigger wheels, and I found for my application on a hard-packed dirt road, the way I ride, the 27-inch or C700 rims were the way to go. Roll very free. I don't have a lot of loose gravel, so that's not a problem. I'm running the C700, I think they're 1 1/4 tires, and I have had probably 3 or 4 flats, and those were stone bruises on the sidewall. It didn't ruin the tire, but it did pinch the tube. But, you know, that goes with the territory when you're riding on dirt roads. Now, those rims were very problematic to find a set of axles that would be big enough to support only being hooked on one side. Where on a regular bike, they're hooked on both sides. All you trike guys know that the front wheels on a trike are only hooked on the inside. So if the axles aren't fairly stiff, they'll bend. How I got around that was, and I'm going to correct that now, is I went on the cheap. I actually found, I had hundreds of used bicycle parts to deal with. I found a set of axles out of a set of pedals that were the right length and had the right bearing in them to go inside of the hubs on a regular set of C700 rims. And I put the whole thing together, and it worked very well. But for most, you know, what most people would ride a home-built recumbent trike, you know, 200-300 miles, and they probably go to another one. I actually ride this bike daily, and quite often put on 20 miles a day. So you do that times a month, and then month after month after month, I put on thousands of miles. And I found that these rims with these bearings weren't a completely perfect match. And about every 200 miles, I had to service them, pack them, reset the tension and everything. And about every 2,000 miles, I had to replace them. They would wear the races. They weren't wearing evenly. So what I want to do is I want to find someone, and maybe somebody can leave me a comment and steer me in the right direction. I went to gottrikes.com, recumbent trike parts, and they sell a set of hubs and drums for disc brakes that take a 12mm axle with sealed bearings, and they'll lace up to a 36-spoke rim, but they're out of stock. And the price is fairly reasonable, and I probably, to begin with, would put them on and wouldn't even hook up the drums because I have a good disc rear brake. And for the type of riding I do, where I'm not going that fast and stuff, I really have no use for front brakes. If I was out on the main road riding with other people, I would, but where I ride, I don't. So I'd probably put them on just with the, without the drums, just put them on hubs and spoke them up and go with that. And then probably later on, just for grins and giggles, I probably would hook both of them up with a Y on one handbrake, one for the front, one for the rear. But they're out of stock right now. And my rims that I have on my bike now are 32 spoke, not 36. So I purchased, and they haven't come yet, but they're on their way, a set of 36 spoke C700 rims. And I'm looking for some place that has axles that will take 12 millimeter or larger, set of hubs that will take 12 millimeter or larger axles, and will spoke up to a 36 spoke wheel. I can get the custom spokes once I figure the length of them from a Harris Cycle. That's why I ordered the wheels from. But I need a good place to buy the hubs. 36 spoke, 12 millimeter axle or larger hubs. And I haven't found a good place for that. So if any of you biker guys out there know some place that does sell that hub for 36 spokes with a 12 millimeter or larger axle, leave me a comment and let me know, because I'm not getting anywhere with this. I've gone around and around, but that happens to me quite often, and it's right in front of me and I just can't see it. The World Wide Web is kind of like drinking out of a fire hose anyway. So that's where I am with that. I really enjoy the trike, and the recumbent seat that I built with the webbing made all the difference in the world. That's really, with a lumbar support and leaned way back, is the way to go. That and the right clothing and a good helmet. So that's all I'm going to beat on tonight. I'm starting to get bids on item 50, and if you want to bid on that, go for it. I will read a high bidder off tomorrow, probably around 4 or 5 o'clock. So I'm Tinny from Mini Bull Design. Get out and hike, take a friend, enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, try to have a really great day and try to have some fun today. Bye-bye.